Yeah. Brilliant. Okay. So then after a long time, everyone knows the rumors between about Netflix and Paramount. It's hard to select each of those companies. Alright, what is the next company in each of them? Who's next we need to talk about? Another company, what if, who will buy Warner Brothers at once? Hang on. What is this? Hello?
Hello, this is Arm, the Japanese guy. You know, I will talk about the something is this. We want to talk about another company is the one who make all of these things. I will talk about Sony at once want to buy Warner Brothers. It is one of the richest company is one who took over the world. I will talk this at once, please. That is the final and then complete this video as that permittedly. Do you not understand? At once, speak what if Sony buys Warner Brothers.
Okay, I know what you said. Alright, I will talk about what if Sony buys Warner Brothers now. Thank you, Japanese guy. It was a Japanese person talk about me. Yeah. Let's talk about what if Sony buys Warner Brothers now.
Sony is a Japanese company. It was founded in 1946, located in Tokyo, Japan. There was founded by these two men. They are Masuro Ibuka and Akio Morita. They're the ones that is behind the ones that created something hardware and any kind of software. But also they make it something all about music, movies, TV show, and video games, and every single thing a true company can. The others the other company do not care so well. Sony Picture is described as a movie company was founded in 1987 and located in Culver, California, USA. Because behind those movie titles like those action movie which started with Will Smith or Men in Black and Bad Boys. And of course some movie titles that they are Ghostbusters, Karate Kid, Underworld, and of course subtitles that they are Jumanji, and of course somewhere with Marvel Spider-Man films. In the other titles as well, it's everything. They have also many multiple companies and whatever Sony does the other more than other film companies as well. Here is so many of Sony has all of these Sony Pictures companies, and those are described as they are Columbia, TriStar, Screen Gen, Destination Films, Sony Picture Animation, Crunch, E-Roll. There's others of logos, and the company is more comparison the others as well. Eating up because of game company, Sony created the PlayStation, was founded in 1994. The ones that created the game studio, ones that the game franchise like Crash Bandicoot and Spyro the Dragon, is not officially by Sony, but is from Universal Interactive and also as Activision once removed in the 2000s. But then now that after they created the new game titles, the ones that contains like games like Twisted Metal, Ratchet & Clank, Jak and Daxter, Uncharted, God of War, Killzone, and eating Last of Us titles. In eating these are created new ones as well. Compares to the rivals like a console war during the 80s and 90s, like doing Nintendo and Sega. But here is doing it in the 2000s and 2020s, and here is like PlayStation has another true rival is Xbox. They have to compare some of these consoles of it between of other gamers as well. PlayStation is described as for every players, and Xbox is described as for tough warriors or those players are. But let's compare these franchises and on exclusive titles. Well, let's talk about this once. Here is the Microsoft Xbox, and that company Has once that they have the most game titles like Halo and Gears of War. In 2020, Microsoft has bought Bethesda, the company behind of Doom, Fallout, and the Elder Scrolls. And then 2023, and the happening of Microsoft has bought Blizzard Activision, the games behind of Diablo, Call of Duty, and Crash Bandicoot. And that is happening at these titles of Microsoft created bigger as well. Heroes of those the PlayStation games franchise are still there as and now today. But here is it happening and doing a 2022, and now the one Sony has bought Bungie, the company behind to make these classic Halo games. But then now Bungie has created a new series, it's called Destiny, and other contains the new upcoming title called Marathon as well. Okay, let's talk about what if Sony buys Warner Brothers. Are we going to talk about this? Yes, let's talk about this. The biggest plan of the Sony is going to buy Warner Brothers is to think about it and how rich they are, and let's just compare us now. The ones that they are going to ride to this headquarters and the ones that we're going to talk about that they're going to buy as this company as well. But wait till the Warner Brothers will speak as Sony as once that they can or not. But until that this happening, compared to these own company, they can work together at this is a once and for all.